I hope it's not too loud. Let me see here. References. Rain. Just gonna tone it down just a tad bit. Okay, let's do this. Those who are not willing to die for love are not yet ready to love. Does that mean I'm not ready? Oh my god. Germ of desire. I never want to feel that again. That things change, that people drift away from me and take with them all the love I struggled so hard to earn. Ugh, damn it. Why does everyone have to be so jealous? Why is it so hard for them to share love? Not like it's going to run out. Idiots. I clench my fist and exhale slowly, trying to calm the fire in my head. Getting angry won't help, not now. What matters is what I've learned. If love is something that can be taken away, then I must protect it. That's why, when I found a place I could call my own, I held on to it with all my strength, like it was the last drop of water in the world. I filled it with life and meaning. That's why I love my home. Not just for the happy memories I built there, but because it seemed to wrap me in a hug every time I crossed the door. Every corner had something special, and no matter how much I loved it, no matter how much I wanted to stay forever, no matter how much I told it, day after day, how much I cared, it was never enough. Funny, isn't it? In stories, they always say, happily ever after. And no one tells you that forever is actually very short. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that I carried it with me, because no matter where I go, my home has always lived there. It rains, and that means I can build something just as beautiful, or even better. Okay. Ooh, I think I got a couch with some windows. 2 weeks have passed since I moved. 2 weeks. And I still haven't finished organizing everything. I'm not gonna lie, like, if anyone has done like moving or packing or whatever, you know 2 weeks is a very small amount of time. You need at least a month, I feel like, just to really organize and readjust everything to the place you want it to be. Because you can just put some okay, some items in places, and then you don't like it and you have to move it around, or it doesn't fit because you have another item. No. The space is smaller than I'm used to, and every time I try to put things in order, I end up sitting and watching videos for hours. Procrastination. Let's see. I kneel in front of one of the biggest boxes, big enough to fit someone inside, and rummage through it for the umpteenth time. Kitchen. God, where the hell did I put them? Been eating with plastic cutlery since I got here because I don't remember where I packed the real ones. What a mess. I lift my gaze and see the chaos around me. Among the stacked boxes, a yellow envelope stands out in one of them. Shit. The apartment papers. The one I was supposed to hand in about 3 days ago. I hurry to grab it, take out the document, and start checking the boxes, looking for the ones I still need to fill out. What's my name? My name? Oh my stars. What are your pronouns? I should put potato, but anyways. I put it back and leave it on the table, making sure not to forget it again. My eyes scan the place, although the apartment itself is nice. Seeing it empty gives me a strange feeling. My gaze stops at a massive sliding door in the corner. Who would have thought? An apartment with a garden. Didn't even know they existed. I always thought apartments were designed to squeeze every last inch of space, which technically it is. Like we were sardines inside a tiny can. Good evening. Yeah, that scared me. Scared me too. My neighbor's testing how many hammer blows it takes to break the door. Floor. I was about to say the door. Well, I did say the door, but anyway. To break the floor. I definitely would have preferred getting a house, but didn't have the time. Walked toward the sliding door, dodging the mess on the floor. The garden waits on the other side, though for now, it just seems like an empty space, lifeless, except for them. In a huge plastic bucket, right in the middle, my roses rest. First thing I did when I arrived was take them out of the box, remove the wrappings, put them in water. I haven't had time to replant them yet, but I couldn't let them suffocate between cardboard and tape. I approach and just seeing them makes my chest feel lighter. So beautiful and perfect, I can almost get drunk just by looking at them. Calm down, Lito. Calm down. Those roses mean the world to me, but then something isn't right. A sour, barely noticeable smell hits my nose. My body tense and my skin prickle. I carefully move a few roses aside until I reach the back, and I see it. Does flowers actually have a scent to it? A completely rotted rose. No. No, 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 no. I start pulling off the damaged petals. One, another. The more I try to save it, the more it seems to decay before my eyes, as if it were trying to escape from me desperately. Finally, only the bare stem remains in my hand. My breath catches. Tears fall before I even realize it. I can't leave. It's just a flower. Calm down. You love me. You love me. I grab the stem so hard the thorn dig into my skin, but I don't let go. I don't care about the pain. I can't let go. I must not let go. I stand up abruptly, still holding the stem in my hand. Voicing rumbles in my head, making me lose balance and almost fall over. The room pulses. Is it laughing? Why is it laughing at me? Okay, I think we need to take a deep breath. No, this can't be happening. The vision blurs, my jaw shakes violently as if it might collapse at any moment. I feel like I can't breathe. This isn't my fault. I took care of you. I protected you. Flowers. Okay. I did everything right, so you can stay with me forever. What about the other guys? You can't do this to me. You can't pay me back like this after everything I did for you. Calm down. Jesus Christ. Okay. The pressure in my chest is unbearable. A thick red haze clouds my thoughts, and the air grows heavy. That damn buzzing is piercing my ears. I walk desperately around the room, knocking everything over in my path. Almost forgetting cleaning everything up. Damn it. I crash into the wall. I grab it with my bloodied hands and... No, we're okay. We're perfectly fine, actually. A metallic smell fills the place. No, actually, we're even better. Yeah, absolutely. I feel a deep pain devouring me from the inside. It's like something thick and sticky is singling in my insides, dragging me down deeper and deeper. As if it's trying to bury me alive. Bury alive? It never happened. What's that? Slowly, a gentle scent drifts through the air, wrapping me in warmth. Sweet, but not cloying. Somehow it feels familiar. I frown, trying to identify it. It reminds me of something warm and joyful. Okay. Looks like we managed to at least decorate our room. I open my eyes with difficulty. Ugh. I lift my hand to my forehead and blink several times, trying to clear my thoughts. What the hell happened? You decided to have a mental breakdown over one rose, ignoring the rest of them. I look around, recognize the bed, the walls, and a small table by the window. My room. Something doesn't fit. I leave everything so tidy. The curtains are in place and slightly open, just enough for light to come in, not enough to hit my face. No, I think that would... Okay. The furniture, which had been piled near the door, is now perfectly aligned. The decorations I had left scattered on the floor in their place. Everything is organized exactly like my old room. I don't remember going to sleep here. The gaze scans the place. The amount of light coming through the curtains is like... Day? The last time I was conscious, it was early at night. Oh no, how long did I sleep? I try to sit up, but my body doesn't respond, and gravity pushes me back against the mattress. Ugh, damn, everything hurts. I bring a trembling hand to my forehead and notice something strange. Cold cloth against my skin. Gauze. I guess you could put them in... Anyway, I look at my other hand. It's also bandaged with precise care. And this? Then I hear it. Subtle noise on the other side of the door, like someone is walking back and forth. Did we have a maid? Wait, someone? Someone's in my apartment? How the hell did someone get in? Is that why everything looks so organized? My mind blanks for a second. Everything organized. Save. Yes. And return. So anyway, we're getting up because who, where, and why. With superhuman effort, I managed to get out of bed. I creep to the door and press my ear against the cold wood. Silence. I slowly open the door, praying my bad luck doesn't catch up with me and make it creak. Okay. Everything is in order. Except the random blanket. Suddenly I hear footsteps coming from behind me. Oh no, this is the end! I spin around, fists raised, ready to face my fate. Because if they're going to kill me, at least I want it to be face to face. Okay. Well, I didn't get to read that line. Hold on. Can I kind of go backwards? Here. Spin around, fist ready to face fate because if they're going to kill me. Get ready, lunatic, because I'm not afraid. Legs almost give out. I don't know why they decided to just randomly dip. Okay. Legs almost give out. I stumble back a step, my heart pounding in my chest. Can we talk about like the random red strips and then like the black and then the fact that the sleeves are like partially cut? Like, I feel okay. I'm not hating, but a very interesting choice. My eyes meet a pair that look bloodshot. A chill runs down my spine. He's tall, with incredibly pale skin, white hair like white hair like snow streaked with red and black. His lips are unnaturally vivid. They look kind of red to me. It looks like a porcelain doll. So unreal. For a second, I noticed him shiver, like my presence startled him. His right hand trembles slightly, then he clenches it tight. Well, good morning, Sleeping Beauty. Did you get enough rest, or not quite? I blink. What the? Doesn't he have a knife, a gun? Isn't he here to kill me? But he doesn't look like a thief either. A lunatic? A runaway psychiatric patient? Calm down. I mean, hey, if they could dress nicely like this, I mean, I don't think any of the runaways will actually get caught. Or why the hell does he look so calm? Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. What a relief. You really had me worried. His voice is soft and calm, with a serenity that completely throws me off. How the hell can he sound like that after breaking into my apartment? The panic rate rising, and my face even feels pale. My eyes scan his tall frame. Wait, if this is tall, how tall are we? Like, are we like CEO and YN length, or like maybe like to his ear, maybe like a few inches shorter than him? Like, how short? Anyway, there has to be something. A hidden knife, a twisted grin, a threatening stance. My guy looks like he's chilling. Something. Anything. Nothing. He's just standing there, menacingly. I don't get it. I want to run out of here, but my legs won't move. I feel like my heart is about to burst out of my chest. Come on, move, do something. I step back quickly, and feel the table brush against my back. Carefully I touch it, and there it is, the biggest, heaviest vase I own. What if I threw it at him? What sound would it make if I... Why are we worrying about this? If I smashed it against him? What would his face look like right before? How many pieces would his head break into? Calm down! I think we're prioritizing the wrong thing. No. The hell am I thinking? Okay, we're coming back to our senses. Lovely. I take a deep breath and swallow hard, but it feels like I swallowed a jagged rock. What? Who are you? What are you doing in my apartment? How did you get in? Without taking my eyes off him, I fumble around with my other hand. Something that won't make me feel so defenseless. My hand hits something, pointy. I grab it tight and aim it straight at him. Are you kidding me? A plastic fork. Actually, that could be deadly, as long as it doesn't bend. That's what I needed. Can this day get any worse? I use the fork with all my strength, trying not to let him see my hands shaking. Not like I have many other options. But to my surprise, the guy doesn't react at all. No step back, no sudden move. He just lowers his eyes to my weapon. Were you planning to stab me? Or invite me to dinner? I got a spoon hidden up your sleeve too. Oh god, you're the second creature in the world with the least survival instinct I've ever seen. I don't know if I should feel offended or completely humiliated. La. Anyway, one word I don't think I'll ever be able to pronounce properly. How do you even get your dignity back after this? But I can go ahead and say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Anyway, I wish the ground would just split open and swallow me whole right now. Oh really? Sorry. Honestly, I had a couple of more normal ways in mind to explain myself, I swear. But this was so much more entertaining. You exceeded my expectations by far. The boy stares at me for a moment, then he tenses slightly, then he noticed something and takes a small step back. Maybe he just realized my nerves are about to explode. Hey, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. In fact, with that fork, I think I'm the one who should be scared. Cut the jokes. You're not answering my questions. Who are you, and how did you get in here? Well, alright, try to breathe a little, please. I get that this must feel weird for you, really weird, and I promise I can explain everything, okay? Just first, are you alright? He reaches his hand toward my forehead, but stops halfway and just points. You took a pretty good hit, you know that. Suddenly I feel the stinging in my hands and the pressure on my head. Remember the bandages wrapped around my hands and the piece of gauze on my forehead. You were in pretty bad shape when I found you, and to be honest, I didn't think you'd wake up so soon. I stayed silent, trying to process, so he was the one who bandaged me. Sorry, I know it's a lot to take in at once. Seriously, how do you feel? Headache? Dizzy? Want me to check your bandages? I'm fine, I think. I say it more out of instinct and synthety. My body still feels heavy, but I don't want to give him more reason to stay here. You sure? His reddish eyes scan my face closely, like he's trying to catch any sign of I'm lying. I live in the building opposite from yours. I am just all sorts of stuttering. I was passing by when I heard a loud crash. I won't lie, at first I didn't really care, but then I smelled blood coming from here. Is blood that strong? I knocked to see if everything was okay, but no one answered, and then the door opened on its own. And there you were. He points to the floor near the couch. Very decorative, by the way. Once he makes sure I looked where he's pointing, he crosses his arms. Believe me, breaking into people's home isn't exactly my favorite hobby. Though if it were, I'd probably pick a cleaner place, no offense. I frown. Did I really leave the door open? I mean, it's not that unlikely. With how distracted I am, I wouldn't be surprised if I also left the stove on. Shake my head. Focus. That still doesn't explain why you decided to stay. Huh? Are you serious? Call me weird, but when I see someone lying on the floor, bleeding and unconscious, I usually think maybe they need help. Just maybe. But hey, if you prefer, next time I can just leave you there and move on with my life. I hate to admit it, but he definitely has a point. Although, if you'd really prefer it, I can make up a more exciting story. Something with secret agents, hidden codes, or a sick obsession with you. The classic. I lower my eyes to my hands, still holding the fork. I start to feel a little guilty. He helped me, and I'm just attacking him. I sigh and finally drop the plastic fork back onto the table. Alright, I believe you. I look around curiously. But why is everything so tidy? I didn't leave it like this. The boy tenses for a moment, then just shrugs. While I waited for you to wake up, I picked up one thing, then another, and before I knew it, I was taking out the trash. It's an instinct, sorry. His tone grows a bit timid. He also starts looking around, like he's not fully aware of how much he cleaned. Shakes his head and regains his composure. But admit it, this place needed some fixing up. It really looked more like a battlefield than an apartment. I frown. At this point, I'm just in a bad mood 24/7. Well, I have to admit, I'm grateful for that. That every day someone breaks in and organizes your apartment. Was something on the news that happened like that. But suddenly, my thoughts freeze and I start looking around anxiously. Hey, where are my roses? Your roses? Yes, I had a beautiful bouquet of red roses. I quickly look at the spot on the floor where I left them last night. But they're gone. My chest tightens. I look at the boy with desperate pleading. I'm definitely about to faint again. Yeah. He points toward the kitchen door. I left them scattered everywhere, but surprisingly, they were in pretty good shape. A few leaves missing though. Pauses for a moment. He's about to say something else. Instead, he just sighs and continues. Gather them and put them in water, so don't worry about that. I let out a breath, feeling my heartbeat return to normal. Still, I feel a slight discomfort in knowing someone else touched something so important to me. But I'm grateful that at least most of them are safe. They're very precious. Did you grow them yourself? Yeah, I love roses. Not completely true. Well, not 100%. Love isn't enough. It's a tiny, insignificant word for what I feel for them. Saying only that is like looking at a star and calling it pretty. It doesn't do it justice. Just saying I love them falls way too short. But I'm obviously not going to tell my life story about roses to a complete stranger. Or just look away. Let's see. The boy looks out the glass door to the garden and stays silent for a few seconds. I guess that's why you chose this one then. This one? The apartment? I mean, it's not a palace or anything, but it has a garden. Ground floor apartments with green space are pretty expensive. You must know that. Everyone spends that much just to watch something bloom. Guess that's why most of the apartments on this floor are empty. You're lucky after all, kid. How old are you? Calling me kid. I guarantee we're like the same age almost. I guess I just couldn't let my roses die. You know, not everyone has the patience to care for something so fragile. It takes more than just liking them. You've got talent. I feel a faint heat rising to my cheeks and quickly turn my eyes away from his. I guess. I try to sound indifferent, but clearly that's not my strong suit. Before he could answer, I hurried to change the subject. Want something to drink? I mean, I don't have much, but there's water and some sodas. Walked toward the kitchen, passing close by him. Okay. I look like I have 0 cabinets. No need to bother with that. Better let me make you something to eat. You must be hungry. How do you know that? Are you seriously asking me that? Hello. He takes a step toward me, keeping a safe distance. Got a lot of eyelashes. Can I borrow your eyelashes? You've been sleeping since early last night. At least, I don't know, more than 15 hours. At this rate, you'll faint before noon. Leans in slightly, just enough to see my face more clearly. Besides, ever since you woke up, you've been looking paler and paler. I can almost call you Casper. A certain Grim Reaper, Casper? One with white hair, Casper? Who visited my window a few times, Casper? Let me stop. Don't worry. I'm not about to let you starve. I'm not that cruel. It's not that bad, I'm fine. He doesn't reply, just stares at my face for a few seconds in silence. It's a little uncomfortable, to be honest, although his steady gaze also allows me to study his face more closely. I hadn't thought about it before, but if it's almost daytime, that means he looked after me all night, and yet he doesn't look tired at all. I almost promised you it's daytime already, but okay. So maybe that's just thanks to his flawless reddish makeup. Absolutely. Without another word, he moves away and heads to the fridge. Sure. Then I'll take care of it. Take care of what? Making sure you eat. Look, if you don't eat, you'll get worse. And if you get worse, I'll worry. And if I worry, tough luck for you, I'm not leaving. Though honestly, I wouldn't mind looking after you again. I'd just rather not have to clean up blood again. I roll my eyes while he opens the fridge and quickly checks inside. Wait, you don't have to do that. Seriously, I'm fine. You know, it's not about having to. I'm doing it because I want to. And I won't stop until I see you eating something decent. What do you like to eat? And don't you dare say nothing, because I won't accept that answer. What if I say anything's fine? Fine, suit yourself. I'll make whatever I want. Great, I basically just signed a contract without reading the fine print. We really thought we was about to win a little something. I sigh, but I don't argue anymore. With nothing else to do, I lean against one of the counters and watch him in silence. Meanwhile, the boy... Oh, which one is supposed to be the roses? Looks like some cilantro, a little bit of parsley, maybe some radishes. Second off. Anyway, the boy moves around the kitchen with impressive skill and speed, like watching a live cooking show, just without the hysterical crowd screaming. Okay. Every knife cut is precise. The way he sautés the ingredients is flawless. I want to ask if I can help, but at his pace, I'm definitely just gonna get in the way. My God, this boy cleans, cooks, knows some first aid. I wonder if he can fly too. Like a certain cast. Let me stop. Maybe I burn water when I try to cook. Okay, we are a special breed, I guess. Wait, hey! The boy pauses for a moment and turns his head slightly. I just realized I don't even know your name. And you only noticed that now? Well, with everything that happened. Questionable. But I guess in your oh so peculiar case, I can make an exception. Rin, huh? My name's Rin. And this is the part where you tell me your name, sweetheart. Or do you prefer I keep calling you Casper? No, I already have a name, and it's Sly. Be afraid. Oh my gosh, he has a tongue piercing. Sly, huh? That was nice. Suits you. Really? Yeah. You've definitely got a slut. Ah! Anyway, what's that supposed to mean? Nothing specific, really. Just that I once heard it used for a kitchen just as a kitchen? A kitten. Just as grumpy. What? What do you mean? Just as? Do I look grumpy to you? You've been grumpy since you woke up. I was joking. Sorry, just messing with you. Oh god, you have to admit you're really funny. Fun. I cross my arms, puffing my cheeks a little. It really seems like everything amuses him, and apparently in that everything I'm included too. Was that real indignation, or are you trying to imitate a grumpy cat? I don't have to answer that. Well, touche. Point for sigh. He laughs again, clearly entertained by my indignation, before turning his attention back to the kitchen. After a few minutes, the smell of hot food fills the place. It really smells good. All you have to do, really, is fill the entire place up with something that smells good. Get a pan, right? Cutting board. Grab a thing of onions. Chop them up nicely. Scoop a little butter. Throw it in the pan. Saute them onions. It'll smell absolutely scrumptious. But guess what? We finna not eat nothing. It really smells good. Rin turns around and sets a plate of food on the table. Is that a croissant? It's so cute. I lean closer to the plate, staring at every little detail in awe. Got the little bacon here. I guess this is egg, question mark. I'm just gonna still call it a croissant. The guy looks like some zucchini. Okay, I'm confused about the choice, but I mean, I like it. I lean closer to the plate, staring at every little detail in awe. Besides smelling amazing, and it looks adorable. It would honestly be a crime to eat it. Take a picture! Take a picture! Where did you learn to make this? Here and there. Let's just say I had demanding clients. If the food wasn't shaped like an animal, they wouldn't eat it. And of course, as soon as you put a little rice bunny on the plate, they forget about eating and start playing with the food. I'd get scolded for it, but honestly, I didn't care. Seeing them that happy was worth it, and my mouse froze for a second. So you worked with kids? Yeah, something like that. He doesn't meet my eyes, but it's clear he doesn't want to talk about it. I don't want to make him uncomfortable either, so I focus on tasting the food. I take a bite, and as soon as the flavor spreads across my palate, eyes widen in amazement. This is amazing! The fluffy texture of the rice contrasts perfectly with the softness of the vegetables. Are we in Food Wars right now? Should I call up Gordon Ramsay? Okay. There's the balance between sweet and salty with a touch of spice that gives it comforting, somehow familiar taste. It's warm, homemade, full of something I can't describe, but feels like a hug in the form of food. Rin laughs at my exaggerated reaction and then leans against the counter, arms crossed, watching me as I keep enjoying the food. Meal. For a few minutes, everything feels calm. The atmosphere is incredibly comfortable, almost familiar, like we've known each other longer than we actually have. See, I told you, you'd feel better after eating. Maybe. You're breaking my heart. What a difficult guest you are. Just have to try harder next time to impress the critic. I shake my head. There's something in the way he talks that makes it impossible to take him seriously. Hey. Not that it bothers me, but... I really appreciate it, but why did you do all of this? Staying all night, tidying my apartment, cooking for me. Not something anyone would do for a stranger. Said like that, he sounds like a perfect husband. A very dedicated one, too. Alright, let me just head out real quick and get the ring. He could have left a long time ago. And I don't think anyone does that kind of thing for free. Do we have to get our plastic forks out again? Rin tilts his head as if considering the question more seriously than expected. I don't really know. There's no big reason behind it. What do you mean there's no reason? That's not normal. You don't just break into people's homes, cook, and take care of them for no reason. Nobody does that. I see Rin smile softly. Somehow my reaction revealed something about me, and he found it endearing. Then I guess I'm not someone normal, sigh. You know, we all need help sometimes. Someone to take care of us, even just a little. No matter how much some pretend to be tough, no one came into this world alone. We all arrived with help. But if someone insists on carrying everything alone, sooner or later, that same loneliness crushes them. Or in your peculiar case, ends up fading in an apartment. I don't want anything in return, really. And I'm not looking for recognition either. That's the last thing I care about. It's enough for me to know you're okay now. Smiling. To be honest, you have a beautiful smile. I was about to say a beautiful face. Oh, plus, I just enjoy spending time with someone like you. Someone like me. Yep, you're simple. Hey! In a good way. I stare at him in silence. Strange. Strange because he doesn't seem to be lying, but also because the answer feels familiar to me. He notices my expression and lets out a small laugh. What's wrong? Did I move you so much you fell in love with me now? Shut up. Cross my arms, pretending his teasing doesn't get to me. Well, I feel like once you done cross your arms, you automatically show that it's gotten to you. Are you always this annoying? Depends. I'm only like this with people I like. Rin does me a amused look. He glances at the small clock on one of the walls and starts adjusting the sleeves of his jacket. Alright, I'll let you finish your food in peace. Huh? You're leaving? Yep. Why? I'm a busy man, you know. The same man who spent almost an entire day squatting in my apartment. Yeah, I'm sure you're real busy, Mr. Rin. You'd be surprised at everything I could do in just one day. I need his skills because the amount of things I can't do in one day is actually, I deserve an award. His gaze softens. I promised a friend I'd help with some things, and if I don't go, he'll probably be mad at me for a week. Rin lets out a small laugh, like he's remembering something. He walks to the door, opens it, and just before leaving, he turns back. You know, despite how this all went, I'm really glad I met you. You're very cute and fun. He thinks I'm cute? A faint warmth rise to my cheeks again. Get some rest, and please don't go fainting again without warning. You can't exactly warn someone about that idiot. Come on, with that brilliant mind of yours, I'm sure you can figure something out. With a teasing smile and a quick wink, Rin disappears down the hallway. The apartment falls silent, but for some reason it doesn't feel quite so empty anymore. At this point, I might as well just leave my doors open. Okay. If you ask someone what's the first thing that comes to mind when they hear the word love, they'll probably say something like hearts, butterflies, rings. They call it red roses. It's normal, I guess. I don't know about that, but then again, nobody has ever asked me. After all, since we were kids, we've been taught to see it that way. Who? We see it in movies, in books, and songs. But it's not wrong in a way. It's comforting to think that love looks that beautiful, that it can even feel tangible. But there is also some people. Of course I would yawn. Anyway, but there are also people who answer with their favorite food. An 80s rock band, their pet, or someone's name. The person they love more than anything in the world. Our facing clothes are completely covered in dirt and mud. Oh, we got a flashback. At least it's a feeling I've already grown used to. With one last look, I make sure all my roses are properly planted. Not that they're different, they're the same ones. Bought them with me, roots and all. Here they look more faded. I've never seen them like this before. I know, I miss our home too. But I promise, we only moved for your sake. Maybe with some more fertilizer, they'll perk up. Though it might take me a while to get it, I'm sorry. At the moment last night's incident crosses my mind. I feel incredibly sad about my poor Rose. But I don't want to cry anymore. I know that no matter how hard I try, nothing left to save. Silence in the garden feels heavier than usual. Not a flashback. Someone's watching me. Without lifting my head, I scan my surroundings with my eyes. It isn't hard. A couple of floors up, behind a window, a small silhouette peeks through some worn pink curtains. A child? Boom. A child. No. Anyway, when they notice my gaze, the shadow clumsily vanishes, slamming the curtains shut. Huh? We're Carrie's neighbors. I get up, carefully brushing the dirt from my clothes, making sure not to soil my bandages. Ren. Pretty sure I've never heard that name before. How strange. Maybe I should have thanked him more properly for his help. But I'm not exactly good with words. Maybe we could buy him something. Okay. I would have said cook something for him, but if we can't even boil water, that's probably not going to be a good idea. There's not much else to do, so after checking for the 100th time that everything in the garden is fine, I head back into my apartment to change. My thoughts go quiet, and the only thing I can hear is the annoying ticking of the clock. I hate that sound. I actually love that sound, but okay. I literally leave my heater on just so I can have some ambiance. Okay, clearly... Oh, okay. I need to get out of here. I was about to say, clearly we're not staying up. I guess it's putting us to sleep. And we walk out the door. Interesting benches. The cold wind hits my nose and messes up my hair. It's getting late and the sun is already starting to set. And I was going to lose my mind if I stayed there any longer. Why don't we just change our clock? Do something a little more preferable. Besides, this might be a good chance to explore the area. I haven't really gone out much these past few days. I've been too focused on getting my apartment in order. But now that's not an issue anymore, thanks to my neighbor. I guess I could take a break. The streets are mostly empty, maybe because of the time, or maybe because it's a weekday. I'm not really going anywhere in particular. Honestly, I'm not even sure where I am. Maybe I should. Kai! Huh? I freeze. A woman's voice calls out loudly from behind me. Hey, Kai! The voice, it sounds familiar. No way. I turn around, scanning the shadows between the trees. Then a female figure appears, walking quickly toward me. Her hair sways in the wind. The poor lighting makes it hard to see her face. What the? Kai? Wrong person. She stops just a few steps in front of me, and I finally get a good look at her face. Just as surprised as mine. That hair, that voice, those eyes. Leah? Can't be. What is she doing here? I don't think that's her name, but okay. It's really you. It really is you. Her name is Sly, Leah. Sorry that even after all this time you still can't seem to remember it. Okay, I was looking like, no, I didn't forget Yerk. I cut her off before she managed to say something that'll make me even more upset. This is getting weird. Look, don't take it the wrong way, but you're really starting to make me uncomfortable. And I hate to think my memory is as bad as yours, or maybe you just have so many people in your life you can't tell them apart anymore. No, it's not that. I swear it's not. I'm really sorry. I really am. I think I got confused. I'm sorry. You haven't changed at all, have you? I'm sorry. Oh no, she's about to cry. Oh, this is so ridiculous. I don't even know why I'm crying. I know why. I'm sorry. I guess my body just moved on its own. So strange seeing you. What are you doing here? I moved nearby a few weeks ago. Oh, honestly, you were the last person I expected to run into, especially this far from your home. Thanks for the warm welcome. Seems like you haven't changed much either. She looks away and doesn't say anything else. But honestly, I'm surprised she's not yelling or accusing me of anything. After all, things didn't exactly end well between us. But I say something else. It's been a long while since we talked. I don't know anything about her life these past few years. But what if I say the wrong thing? What if I upset her? We'll just end up shouting at each other like last time. I didn't think I'd see you again. Though I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Because it sure didn't sound like one. Don't overthink it. And for you, that's actually more worrying. Come on, if I wanted to hurt you, you'd already know. That sounds like something a potential criminal would say. Well, if I were a criminal, I'd at least have better taste in victims. Though I wouldn't pretend I didn't want to kill you a couple of times. Right back at you. Is this like the average talk between best friends or something? Because like it's not giving. Well, at least honesty's still alive between us. Let out a low sigh, turning my gaze away for a moment. So, are you still mad at me? I don't know. Classic. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to lie just to make you feel better. I didn't expect you to. You never did, actually. I guess that hasn't changed either. She lowers her head a little, her expression hard to read. You know, it's not like I'm someone who dwells on the past or anything. Sometimes I've wondered what things might have been. Like if they had turned out differently. Forget it, it's stupid. It sounds dumb in my head, I don't even want to imagine how it would sound out loud. Anyway, what brought you here? Peace, I guess. And you? What are you doing around here? An internship at a small company. Once that's over, I can finally graduate. That sounds nice. Nice? That's all I get? I was expecting something a bit more enthusiastic. From someone who was having a mental breakdown over a rose, I doubt that's gonna get any better, you know. Yeah, that's the best you're gonna get. Like, wow, Leah, that's amazing. You're a genius. She throws her arms up in an exaggerated pose. You know, I was never the type to boost your ego even more. Leah rolls her eyes, but then her gaze drops and she lets out a quiet sigh. Peace, huh? Never thought you and that old house would part ways. You loved it with everything you had. Things changed. I hate that things change. We both go silent, eyes turn away from each other. This is awkward. The gaze drifts towards the street, hoping for a distraction, and then I see him. Good evening. A silhouette among others. He doesn't seem particularly important at first, but I notice how the few people around begin to look at him. Not casually. Their stares aren't simply curiosity, but like a mix of surprise and discomfort. Why are they staring at him like that? I frown and squint, trying to get a better look at his face. The wind tugs at his clothes and hair. Every step he takes seems to draw attention, even though he's not doing anything at all. And his face comes into view. Well, what's the problem? He looks fine. Hey, Ren? Seems like he hasn't noticed me yet. Anyway, like I was saying, the internship's exhausting, but at least it's better than being locked up all day. I noticed her fidgeting with one of her rings, spinning it between her fingers. Oh, is she like Beyonce aesthetic? Though, of course, if my bosses had even half of a functioning brain cell, it might even feel like a dream job. What is he doing here? Is he just shopping, or is he looking for someone? I'm not even listening to Girly anymore. Can you believe they wanted an entire original collection done in less than 2 weeks? Rin lifts his gaze and our eyes meet, and slowly his eyes slide over to Leah. I wonder if they think we're robots or something. Though I guess that would explain why they're still a small company and unlike some people. Her voice trails off as she notices my attention isn't on her. She frowns and follows my line of sight with her eyes. The gaze looks to Rin. How peculiar. Pressure really does change fast. I had to believe black hair was trending just 2 months ago. Rin still doesn't move. Do you know him? He's my neighbor. Rin crosses the street. His expression is hard to read, but something tells me this isn't going to be a pleasant conversation. Oh, I mean, are we shorter than here? Her. To her. Right? I mean, she would probably have to look up at him. Because he's kind of tilting, so he'd probably be just a tad bit taller. Anyway, his voice comes out a little softer than usual. Hi, what are you doing here? And what is it to you? Just say he's my neighbor. Calm down. Rin lowers his gaze to her slowly. With all due respect, sweetheart, I was... Yeah! Ooh, okay, hold on. He got a little twang to it. He got a little twang. Anyway, I was talking to Sly. Oh, how convenient. Do neighbors stalk each other now? Or are you just a special case? Okay. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt your superiority monologue? My bad. It just sounded important. Oh, God, he heard her from over there. Why do I feel like this is going downhill fast? We were under the hill before it started. So charming. Are you always this delightful, or is this just your impress people mode? Look, I'm just passing by, that's all. Unless, of course, you own the street and I somehow missed the sign. Really? Because with those eyes, I doubt you could see anything. What are these insults? Okay. I can see Rin took in a breath. For a second, I think he's going to snap back with something even worse, but he doesn't. Funny, considering I see more than I'd like. What do you mean by that? Like how tightly you're clenching your hands, that twitch in your eye, and how with every second we keep this useless conversation going, your eyes are getting glossier and glossier. Maybe you should try breathing before your body starts paying the price for your temperament. Surprisingly, Leah doesn't fire back, but her body goes rigid, and her fingers tremble ever so slightly. She's furious. Good evening. I did think she had to go ahead and look up at him. They stare at each other like two rabid dogs about to snap. Honestly, if I weren't standing here between them, pretty sure they'd already be at each other's throat. To be fair, I'm not shocked. Leah's always been a bit guarded when it comes to meeting new people. Rin, well, only met him a few hours ago. Not sure I can say much about him yet. God, what am I skipped that accidentally. What am I supposed to do now? Alright, well, since I'm in here, let me go ahead and save that. I need to get out of here. Let's just casually stop the argument. I have to stop the silly argument. Hey, enough. You two look like little kids arguing like this. No, not even like kids arguing like this. What the hell is wrong with you? But, Sai, do you really think he was just passing by here by chance? He doesn't look trustworthy. What if he was following you? Wow, you've got quite the imagination. Ever thought of using it for something less stupid? And you could try keeping your mouth shut for once instead of sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. You? Yeah. This is ridiculous. Even for you. Rin's right. You need to calm down. And you? Rin tilts his head and looks at me with innocent eyes like a little dog about to be scolded. You think you're a bit too old to be playing along like this? That's what you call me trying to defend myself? How hurtful. I let out an annoyed sigh. It's useless. Leah falls silent for a moment. I think she keep yelling, but she doesn't. I was just trying to protect you. I don't get it. Why do you never get it? All I said was, hey, I was just looking at my neighbor. He was passing by. Cool. All of a sudden, she got defensive. There's no reason to get defensive over a neighbor. Her lips tremble, and when her eyes fill with tears, I realize Rin wasn't entirely wrong after all. She brings her hands to her face as if she wants to hide. Too late. No. Damn. This is so ridiculous. Her voice cracks. Tears start falling, even though she barely seems to notice. She took a deep breath, cursing silently. I didn't want this. Damn it. Move a little closer, just enough to be at her level. Leah, I try clumsily to wipe her tears without ruining her makeup too much. Good luck on that one. I know how hard it is for her to do it. Don't cry here, you're drawing more attention than we already are. She doesn't respond, but she doesn't move away either, barely shifting. She should breathe, or you're going to end up having a panic attack in the middle of the street. Does everyone just casually get panic attacks around here? Because, Anyway, I say it in the most neutral tone I can manage. I don't want to sound cruel, but I won't pretend everything's fine when it's not. She nods, not lifting her gaze. I breathe again, and then something feels off. That feeling. The feeling of someone watching you. Look toward where Rin is, or where he was a moment ago. Did he leave? Scan the place with my eyes, but he's nowhere. Look back at Leah, frowning. Also seems to have noticed Rin's absence. I hope you're happy. And now you're taking his side. Okay, so anyway, I see there's like a empty gap right here, and I'm gonna just leap at this point, because goodness me. Has he brainwashed you, or do you just think he's cute enough to defend? Can I just have a peaceful neighbor, I let out a long sigh and run a hand over my face. Definitely hasn't changed one bit. Suddenly I feel a drop fall on my hand, then another, and another. Well, if the rain wasn't gonna damage her makeup, if the crying isn't gonna damage your makeup, the rain will. I look up, the gray sky clouds over, and in seconds the rain pours down. Right, just what we needed. The rain begins to intensify. Wait, that's probably why he left. Cold wind grows stronger, and we both take a step back as the drops hit harder. Oh no, I didn't bring an umbrella. You never bring an umbrella. They don't match my outfit. You just don't get it. You know what? Go, leave, be gone. We both run toward the nearby buildings. A dim light guides us to a store with fogged up windows. Above the door, an old sign reads Orpheus Records. It's a music shop. It is. I push the door open and the shop chime echoes from inside, accompanied by a smooth 70s style guitar riff coming from an old speaker. We enter the smell of old wood and paper surrounds us. The warmth contrasts with outside humidity. I love music shops. It's just something different about them that just hits. And it just hits gorgeously. What a mess of a day. Pick my hair with my hands, small drops falling to the floor. When I look up, I see Leah scanning the shelves full of records. We're in a vintage vinyl store. I haven't seen one in years. In the town I lived in, there wasn't a single one. Start walking through the aisles, looking for a specific section. I don't know why I'm doing it. Sure they won't have it. It's too rare of a record. Still, maybe, in such a big city, maybe. I crouch in the traditional pop section and run my fingers over the covers. JKLMNOP. Henry Mancini, Moon River. Ooh, no way. I hug the record box against my chest, letting out a long sigh. I hope you brought your wallet. Letting a huge lump forms in my throat. I feel like crying. Ah, here you are. What are you doing on the floor? Leah notices the record I was trying to hide against my chest. Not that I don't want her to see it, it's just reflex. He lets out a small laugh. I didn't know you liked these old things. I don't answer, just get up from the floor, shaking off the dust. Leah starts inspecting the shelves where I found the record until one quickly catches her attention and she picks it up. She runs her fingers over it and slowly her expression changes to something worried. Hey, Sly. Yeah? I'm sorry. What? For what? For everything. Since you. Oh. So you're our ex. I don't like this. For everything. Since you broke up, I had a lot of time to think about everything that happened and what I did. Set my head slightly, pretending not to understand. For how I behaved with you. Behaved? No, you were just you. No, I was unbearable. I didn't listen. I always wanted to be right. I realized that. Even though you tried to fix things, it only made it worse. Okay. Never wanted you to think that. It doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, just forget it. Doesn't matter anymore. I don't care anymore. I know. I'm sorry. I just wanted to apologize. He falls silent. I didn't think she still carried guilt from the past. It could work in my favor. He puts the vinyl back in its place and stares at the shelves. Hi, can I ask you something? I say not reluctantly, hoping she's not going down the same path again. What are you really doing here? Why do you care? Her breathing shifts slightly. It's nothing. It just seems strange to me. You love that house. It was the only thing that really mattered to you. Now you can't tell me. You suddenly decided to leave it for peace of mind? Come on, Kai. You don't even believe that yourself. Can you fix my name? Jesus. Yeah, okay. I watched her eyes dart back and forth. She'd always been a bit anxious, but now she really looks scared. I'm be honest. If you date someone and they can't even get your name right, I don't think they're dating you. Okay? I think you're just like the fourth wheel, the third wheel, the side piece on that note. What's worrying you? What? I'm not stupid, Leah. I've seen you looking at me like you're trying to figure something out. And now you're making a big deal about me supposedly deciding to move. Going on, Leah. It's not important. Of course it is. Otherwise you wouldn't be avoiding my question with that look. I leaned toward her, lowering my voice. Come on, tell me. It's just things have happened since I got here. Things like. Her breathing quickens slightly, and after a few seconds she finally speaks. A few days after I arrived, someone contacted me. I don't know how they did it. I don't even know how they knew I was here. The important thing is, he looks at me again, her hands clasped tightly together. He asked about you. I raised an eyebrow, confused. About me? Yes, he knew we had a relationship, and asked if I now knew where you were. He insisted a lot, and not exactly politely, saying that if I didn't tell them where you were, I'd get in trouble. And what did you say? Nothing. I didn't want to say. I thought maybe they were a scammer or had the wrong person, but now I found you here, so far from where you used to live, and worse, the name I don't even know the origin of. Huh? His hands tremble and her voice grows anxious. Kai, please. I need you to tell me the truth for once in your life. What happened? What did you do? This isn't good. I watch her calculating my words, staying over my gaze, letting out a carry sadness. A lot happened, Leah, and more than you can imagine. Horrible things, things I just want to forget, that made me want to start over, leave everything behind. I didn't know. You didn't have to know. Just don't call me Kai again. Not me anymore. Name's Sai, and I told you before. Okay, I guess I was like previous me. Okay, we're just changing our names like Pokemon collecting. I smile faintly as I press the vinyl in my hand. Thanks. I pause and look at her with sadness. Yeah, I'm not involved in anything bad. I'd never be capable. You know it. If what you're saying is true, then voice cracks like I'm about to cry. So, then I need you to tell me exactly what that person said to you. You can't. I don't want to feel my life is in danger again. She falls silent. Now she'd want to ask me 1,000 things now. But after I cut her pathetic attempt to fix things with me, she won't dare interfere in my life. Slowly she nods, thinking she's helping, and begins to speak. Okay. After a while, Leah finishes telling me every detail of those calls, which were actually several. That person seems desperate to know what I'm involved in, and the only lead they found was Leah. Even though they stopped contacting her a week ago, that doesn't reassure me. They could have grown tired of their little investigation, or maybe they already found exactly what they were looking for. The rain that trapped us finally stops. The sky is still overcast, but at least we can go out. A relief. I was starting to feel overwhelmed. The air smells like wet asphalt, and under my boots, water collects in puddles reflecting the streetlights. We walk in silence for a few meters until Leah lowers her gaze and her eyes stop on my hands carrying the record I bought for an insane price at that store. I realized too late that my shirt sleeve had shifted, exposing the edges of a bandage my neighbor applied. They were skin colored, so they weren't obvious at first glance, but unfortunately, Leah has a keen eye. What happened there? Nothing serious, a silly accident. Doesn't look that silly. Leah. I say it as a warning. He understands I won't talk more about it and fall silent again. We walk to a corner where the streets split. Hey, Sly, can I have your number? No. Honestly, in some way, I saw it coming. I don't know how to say no without sounding cruel. I stay silent for a moment, looking the other way. Sure. We're not gonna hear the end of it. Kimberly takes out her phone and hands it to me. I type my number without thinking much. I want this to be over quickly. Thanks. I just nod. Yeah, see ya. He waves goodbye before I could take a few steps toward my apartment. I walk without hurry, dodging puddles and listening to the calm echo of the city. Okay. Got like this hotel aesthetic apartment going. I like it, I like it. Entering the building, the silence of the long hallway envelops me. I move towards my door, then I see it. A bouquet of flowers rests against my door, wrapped in brown paper, with raindrops slowly sliding down the petals. It's a mix of maroon carnations, red lilies, red hypericum? Hypericum? Okay. Forgive me if I butcher that. And some eucalyptus branches. Not bad, honestly. I pick it up carefully and inspect it. There's a card attached with a thin ribbon to one of the stems. Hey, hey, sorry I left so quickly. I wanted to walk you the rest of the way, but I didn't want to get in the way of you or your friend. Hope you're doing better, and don't forget to change those bandages. Take care and good night. Aw, thanks. Got some flowers. I go in and place the flowers in a vase on the table. It's not the first time I've been given flowers. For some reason, these feel different. I stare at them for a while until sleep finally catches me and a yawn escapes my mouth. I walk straight to my room, dragging my feet. I change clothes without much motivation and flop onto bed. Without a shower? Preposterous. The blankets are cold. I curl under them and look at the ceiling. Leah told me spins in my mind, and I go over every word she said, looking for some patterns, something I might have missed. Sleep simply ends up winning. Me. End of day 1. Day 2 is still in development. If you'd like to support the project, you're more than welcome to leave a small donation. Oh, okay. Gorgeous. Me likey. Honestly speaking, I was kind of expecting a little something more. But maybe because I watch a lot of thriller and gore, it was more or less like goofy in a sense. Like, I know it's serious, indeed, but I don't know. Anyways, that was fun. If you like this one, don't forget to check out the other videos that I have that's going to be uploaded from Mormon, 7 Days to Die, and a few extra visual novels. I'm going to add this into a playlist if you're preferring more visual novels. It's going to be just like a whole plethora of just visual novels for you to enjoy. We're going to probably do... I don't know which other ones I have right now, but we're just going to continue on a spree of just visual novels to enjoy, and hopefully we find one that really rattles or tattles, I guess. I don't know. I'm excited to see when this becomes full. Oh, look at this. Who are you? Wait, is this me? Oh. Okay, I guess we're never going to figure out. Okay, so that's... okay, I just want to... She doesn't have one. So I'm assuming this is me. This is the X. I don't know what this is. And this is a vampire dude. I'm assuming he's a vampire because he was like, oh yeah, the smell of your blood. It was very enticing. But anyways, if you want to join in on our live streams, we stream at 12 to 12:30-ish a.m. Central Timing every day, between Minecraft, Punishing Grey Ravens, Assassin's Creed, and so much more. Feel free to go ahead and join in. You can also join in with the live streams on YouTube, so don't forget to subscribe if you do choose to, or don't. It's fine. A little comment of being like, hey, your reading sucks. Won't make a lot of a difference with the YouTube algorithm too. But alas, I enjoyed this. This is going to be a very fun little read. This has been a hot second since I've done visual novels, so bear with me, and I shall and I shall catch you on the next one. Bye.